Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Gaming to the Max and part 4 of our Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich, the American Union States. So, in the last episode, we had managed to successfully win the American Civil War, and we began doing our rebuilding the country focuses. We've done 3 of those so far, and we are also doing Take the Fight Abroad, though that doesn't really mean that. All we're doing is beginning the trials against the traitorous generals that joined the other factions in the Civil War. Uh, that will be pretty much it when we come over here to do this, and then we'll go back over to finishing out our rebuilding the country, and then we'll focus on the Every Man a King and our Share the Wealth program. And I'm not sure which way we're going to go this time. Washington's inheritor or collaborate with the establishment? Probably Washington's inheritor. Um, just seems like the better one to me, but maybe not. We'll see. Alright, let's start up. Try to get some of these territories back in Cord. As you can see, a majority of our states are not Cord. Japan is preparing to declare war on us. That's nice. Thanks, Japan. We appreciate it. Here's the rest of the Navy we got. Let's see. These submarines. And split. Wait. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay, let's see, hold, carrier, battleship, go under our battle fleet, submarines, destroyer, battleship, into our main fleet as well, and a bunch of submarines. Keep training. Why do you want to go to war with me, Japan? Let's see, must be, I'm not sure. One of these gives them the fight against America. Pressure Hawaii, probably. The 4th of July, America called for her patriots to defend her, and it would appear that they have successfully succeeded in warding off threats to the American way of life. Although there is much way to be done, and likely still some political turmoil ahead, peace has returned to America, despite the blown up infrastructure, the numerous dead, and the political instability, and the numerous insurgencies. America pushes onward with Reconstruction. Today, Americans are able to find respite from all the troubles as they celebrate Independence Day. Americans, young and old, gather together to celebrate Independence Day with their friends and family, or what's left of them, with raucous celebrations decorated with the conspicuous red, white, and blue. Neighbors, still divided by the past, nonetheless have begun to shred some of the division and come together for celebrations. Because although there is much to be done and no shortage of grief, America still remains a great people. As America turns the next page in its story, the people look forward to the promises the next day brings. And now Independence Day reminds them that once again, America is the land of the free. Land of the free, home of the brave, plus flat political power. There's the advanced equipment conversion. Get that construction 2 going. Going to our production. We're only building infantry equipment 1 anyway. We'll just get rid of all of that basic infantry equipment that we had. Still building these P-36As, which aren't great by any stretch of the imagination. And we do need to start building some medium tanks here soon. Improving the Southern Tenant Farmers Union in an Aimed at addressing the needs of the rural communities and supporting agricultural workers, President Huey Long has announced a significant increase in the funding of the Southern Tenant Farmers Union. The Southern Tenant Farmers Union, a grassroots organization dedicated to advancing for the rights and interests of tenant farmers, sharecroppers, and agricultural laborers, will receive a substantial boost and financial support from the federal government. Although the work of the Southern Tenant Farmers Union is well appreciated, the name itself that provides homes to thousands is still the butt of a joke. The tenants are exasperated about the name of their organization. A visit to the office and a reprint is all it takes to correct the snafu. While Huey Pierce Long was inside, he decided to improve and integrate other parts of the newly christened American Tenant Farmers Union into his political machine. Say hello to the ATFU. STFU. If you guys get what that means in the abbreviations. Change the popularity of national populism 5%. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have a I wouldn't want to have a business of that name either, so. Japanese on the move in the Pacific. The Japanese ambassador calmly came into Huey Pierce Long's office building holding a telegram. A Japanese fleet has been dispatched to Hawaii and within a few hours will be landing to set up a safety cordon. He stated that it is in the best interest of the people of the Pacific that the instability engulfed America not spread outside of its borders, and the Japanese will be taking the initiative to bring stability and peace. He said that he hopes America will cooperate in the best interest of peace across the ocean and invites us to send representatives to ensure a peaceful transition of power. This blatant power grab is not going to notice, but with America's current turmoil, our leading officers questions Honolulu's garrison's ability to hold the invasion force. Hawks in the cabinet insist that the internal situation will not last long, that our men can hold out until reinforcements arrive, and that the Japanese would likely back down in face of American confidence. Others have called for calm and are hoping to persuade Huey Pierce Long to hold off on revenge till America is stabilized. It is now up to the president to decide whether or not to instruct our Pacific garrisons to stand down or not. It's clear his decision might very well affect the future of the waters. We will return, or all hands man your battle stations. Yeah, well, they're not taking Honolulu from us, but not 100% sure I will have the strength to defeat the Japanese right now. Well, we really don't have to defeat them. We just have to hold them off with our navy. We can stop training, stop training, stop training. Whoops. Stop. I need you all. Just select all of you. Go to Honolulu. Strike force. I need all of you. Convoy ready. Bring you all to Honolulu. That's my scout fleet. Need to select all of you. Send you all to Honolulu. Patrol. Let's get these radars set up. Alright. We'll probably be at war here pretty soon. Better depth charge throwers. Yeah, let's do Norfolk. We'll be building battleships here relatively soon. Let me recruit. What do you guys look like? Like a bunch of junk. build up those Marine divisions. Move them over to Hawaii. Let's do that industrial research expansion. That gives us 2 100% research bonuses for industry, which is quite nice. And let's see, we haven't increased anywhere. Looks like it's all decreasing to me. Over here was the worst, and it's decreasing quite significantly. Tripolitania declared war on the Ottomans, so now the Cairo Wars have begun, or the wars in the desert. Call out both of my fighter wings to go to Hawaii, as well as my medium bomber group. Production. We only have interwar carriers. Alright. Germany stage and Indochina have made peace, so Indochina pretty much won. That's pretty sad. Just take the fight abroad. Let's do civilian works administrations. Indo-Chinese revolt secedes. We're just waiting for, I think you have to have what, anywhere between 50 and 80 compliance, yeah. So like these states are close. That state's pretty close. That is Studebaker. Our truck production. All infantry organization enables overwhelming fire plan. Overwhelming fire brigade size. Yeah, we're hurting still pretty bad. Synthetic refineries, which we've been hoping for a while. Let's get the the rifle caliber 30-06 model 1937, the M1937 Colt. Well, since Colt was the one that made it, I guess Colt can keep making them. I guess Japan decided not to declare war on us. Some rubber. Alright, we got rid of all of those junk rifles. We're at 5 positive support equipment. Azerbaijan declared war on the Republic of Iran. We don't need nearly as many trucks right now. Let's go to the international market. Add some equipment. So all those A-17s, some of the P-26s. Probably some of them PBYs. All controlled cores of the combined syndicate of America are now cores of the American Union States. Awesome. Let's see. U. Upgrade. Put U radar on. We'll do Norfolk. And then I also want you all upgraded. Oh, it's too expensive. Okay. We'll just start building some of you. We could do Brooklyn Naval, Higgins. The range kind of is trashy, in my opinion. Not having the range. You just get more HP. Let's do Newport News. That's fine with me. Put you to the bottom. Now chromium. We'll get it from Cuba. There we go. Awesome. Let's see. Infrastructure in Illinois, Virginia. We'll do Indiana. Canada wants to buy those PBYs. That's fine. For Newport News, we'll do screens. I need four. Whoops! I need 4 more of you. Legation Cities wants to buy those P-26As. Yeah, no Japan. The questions of Charlie Coughlin. A public scrutiny intensifies. President Huey Pierce Long finds himself in the center of a heated debate within the administration regarding the future of a controversial propagandist, Charlie Coughlin. The firebrand commentator, known for his incendiary rhetoric and decisive views, has become a lightning rod for criticism, prompting discussions within the White House about whether to sever ties with the polarizing figure. The years of service to America has worn Father Charles Coughlin down. In between his radio show and his social justice publication, he rarely has time to promote Share Our Wealth societies. This, coupled with his increasing emotional instability, has led to this day. President Huey Pierce Long, while silent on the issue, sympathizes with the Jewish citizens of whom Coughlin has made their lives very difficult. Critics argue that Coughlin's continued association with the administration undermines efforts to foster a sense of inclusivity and unity, particularly when American people are trying to return to a state of normality. Advocates for Coughlin, however, contend that removing him would set a dangerous precedent. Removing a member of Huey Long's inner circle would engender distrust among his cadre, yet a decision must be done. Retire him, or we can't betray. No, we'll just retire him. We'll retire him. Sorry, man. You were useful when you were useful. Portugal wants to buy some planes. That's fine. I'm not going to sell them to Japan. Japan wants to get a war with us. Why would I sell Japan planes that are going to end up trying to be shoot down Americans? So. So these all should be cored now. Alright, the trial of the Federalist generals. With the Civil War now over and our enemies at our mercy, the Army has finally begun the trials against the Federalist generals. While some generals have fled into exile, the generals who were caught are now waiting for the verdict of the military tribunal. However, despite what the public believes, it's not as easy to carry out the trials as it was originally anticipated. Most trial generals don't have any particular record of unnecessary violence. Even those that do can still claim that we're following orders. Among them, the most controversial one so far is Dwight Eisenhower. While Fox counter appeals to his innocence, there's no denying that in America's darkest hour, he and many others who followed him ended up on the wrong side of history out of their own violation. While some of the captured generals have sworn to quit even if forgiven, there are other men who have pledged to defend the new America if they are forgiven. so long as we commit to defending the ideals America stands for. But in the end, the final decisions rest with us. We can get all of these generals: Bradley, Eisenhower, Kruger, Harding, Stilwell, Fletcher, Kincaid. We lose a little bit of we lose political power, and we lose some national populism. If we discharge them all, we gain political power. If we exile, we gain a lot for national populism and a lot of political power. But, I mean, those are pretty good generals, and I will need them at some point. So we'll spare them. We'll probably spare the Pacific ones as well. You don't even get offered for the socialist ones. They're all probably executed. Which, they kind of, wouldn't say they deserve it, but socialism should, or syndicalism, my apologies, syndicalism should never be here. El Salvador has capitulated. We're just waiting for the Pacific states. Get you to root out resistance. Over here. Civilian Works Administration. We can begin Reconstruction. That one. Still trying to sell some of these. Yeah, trials of the Pacific generals. With the Civil War now over and our enemies at our mercy, the Army has finally begun the trials against the Pacific generals. While some generals have fled into exile, the generals who were caught are waiting for the verdict of the military tribunal. To the surprise of High Command, General Danforth has spoken in favor of absolution of their past colleagues, citing the strange circumstance of their affection and ultimate loyalty towards the American people as evidence of their innocence. Alright, so we spare them. We get Alexander Archer Vandergrift, Davis White. They're not that great. 2 1 skilled, 1 2 skilled, and 1 3 skilled. And we don't even get General Danforth. Well, I think we already have General Danforth. White is an armor expert, and Vandergrift's a commando expert. I hate to go down in the political power for just 4 kind of meh generals. I will spare him. We're benevolent. We're benevolent. Should get a lot more oil down here. Fall of Alexander. The Ottomans have dealt a blow to the Cairo Pact. We can go to war against Puerto Rico here. We're thinking about it. They're in a recession right now. Socialists, Communists, Guatemala. Higgins. Subvisibility, surface detection. Germany, we're good friends. Yeah. Oh, it's because I've improved a lot of. McTeague, released in theaters, A Tale of Greed and Betrayal that once littered America is now encapsulated in the new film McTeague, a social commentary by director Erich von Stroheim about the corrupting power of wealth and seen by many as a parable to the state of America before the Civil War. Greed is a tale of moral decay and the destruction power of wealth. The film's portrayal of the disillusion of a household over a hoard of gold reminds viewers of the desperation they felt in the harsh years before the longest victory. This massive 4-hour epic film had its ending altered from the original book, where a kind stranger intervenes in the death struggle of McTeague and whisks him away from Death Valley back into civilization. I needed a good nap watching. to declare war on Puerto Rico. Man, they have not wanted to buy those at an expedited rate, that's for sure. Let's see, what do we got for sale? Some naval bombers. A lot of kind of crappy guns. Transport planes. Bunch of Irish equipment, and Legation City's selling a bunch of stuff. So is Cuba. Man, Uruguay. You want Cuba? We'll put 8 on there. And then we'll also buy everything the Irish have. Don't necessarily need it, for sure, but it helps Ireland. Oh, this flat out won't accept. Argentina joined the Third International. I thought you liked me, Ireland. Oh no, you're paternal autocrats. Let's do the anti-tank upgrade for the medium cannon. Do the Army Ordnance Department. Gotta bring that political power back. Better torpedoes. Start doing so that's for Norfolk. Do heavy attack. Siam declared war on Indochina. So the co-prosperity sphere. So Indochina will get wrecked. Production efficiency gain for artillery. Chile joins the Third International. We've done the Civilian Conservation Corps. Let's do the Agricultural Adjustment Act. Aren't the greatest. The acquisitions of crypto-socialism. The public's understanding of share our wealth and every man's a king is particularly largely on song and slogan. Though many Americans today sing along, there are persistent many partisans who continue to say our program is crypto-socialism. Their contention is solely damaging our reputation within the nation. President Huey Long, in a bold and assertive address to the nation, staunchly defended his ambitious share our wealth program, categorically rejecting the characterizations of initiative as socialism. President Long reiterated the core tenets of the Share Our Wealth program, emphasizing that its primary objective is to address the stark disparities in the wealth distribution and ensure a more equitable society. Long argued that the program is rooted in populism and a commitment to lifting millions of Americans out of poverty rather than promoting socialist ideas. They just don't appreciate a good thing. Political power -50. Change in national populism +1%. We won't get these battleships out till 1942. It's a while. That is a while. Sniper selection of the first test group of snipers having left basic training. The question is brought up. While the first test group was drawn from volunteers from all of the U.S. Army, there have been significant performance differences between the Marines and Ranger volunteers compared to the regular Army volunteers. As such, both branches are contesting for the funds of the War Department to continue their sniper program, and we can only pick one. Which branch shall it be? The Army Rangers. Who? We're not going to do Desperate Defense, but we will probably do the Battle of Annihilation. Backhanded Blow, tanks, armored cars. Our Marines should be just about out. Move them down to Florida. Bring you all across. You're a 4-star, and then we have Jack Fletcher, who's also a 4-star. And Kincaid is a much better battleship commander. I'll probably replace Samuel with Fletcher. Do spotting speed, destroyer leader, and probably cruiser captain. Alright, my Marines, I need to find me. There's Collins, Simpson, Omar Bradley, Danaford. There's Vandegrift, who I was kind of thinking of making my Marine commander. There's Puller. Chesty Puller. Vol. There's Dwight Eisenhower. There's Kruger. Or no, there's Harding. That's who I'll probably choose. Yeah. Congratulations, Harding. You are now my official Marine commander. You from Miami to Puerto Rico. Take you two to there. And you two, or you one. Alright, that's good. Superman versus the Klan. Up in the sky is it a bird? It's a plane. No, it's Superman saving America from the terrors of the Klan of the Fiery Cross. Latest series in a brainchild of Siegel and Schuster, partnered with the anti-Klan advocate Stetson Kennedy. In a clever and hysterical radio play, Superman vs. the Klan has taken the airwaves by storm, leaving the Ku Klux Klan looking more foolish than fearsome. The production, inspired by real historical events, turned the tables on the notorious hate group, using the iconic superhero to expose the absurdity of their ideology. Listeners are taking on thrilling ride as Superman, disguised as a regular human, infiltrates the Klan, ultimately dismantling their operations and rendering their intimidation tactics impotent. The plane doesn't shy away from addressing the Klan's use of fear, hatred, and ignorance, portraying them as a group whose power diminishes in the face of truth and justice. Kids love it, plus 20 political power. finish out buying all that stuff from Cuba. I forgot I bought stuff. I'll probably buy a bunch of this junk from Germany. We got 6,000 Mausers. Just keep trying to get our military up. Fall of Cairo. Indochina was annexed. Our Marines are on the move. Let's see. Take them 10 submarines. Put her under McCain. I actually wouldn't mind finding a different... Oh, that's right. No one else was really that good. That is the Agricultural Adjustment Act. We could do the Farm Security Administration. Let's do the Begin Reconstruction. Cruise Small Airframe. Cannons 1. Max speed and agility. So no one wants these A-17s. Add equipment, planes. Sometimes you might just take them off and someone else will offer for them. Except for Japan. I don't care if Japan wants them or not. You. Let's do Scrimmager. So we don't have Naval Invader. Governor Long fires on protesters. Governor Earl Long has long dodged accusations of corruption and mismanagement of money. As the brother of President Huey Long, Earl has been immune from prosecution and is usually handled delicately by the press. Earl's administration has been charged to distribute veteran benefits and basic income to the people of Louisiana, with the assumption that all loyal Americans would be deserving of this welfare. A group of concerned citizens, including hundreds of veterans and poor from northern Louisiana, have gathered in Baton Rouge, claiming that Earl Long has withheld their income and benefits. Governor Earl tried to speak to the crowd, claiming that the funds had not yet arrived from the capital, and to disperse until the next day. The protesters, many of whom were black veterans, began chanting for Earl's resignation. While accounts differ from what happened, anywhere between 20 and 50 people lie dead among the protesters. It now lies with President Huey Long to pick up the pieces. Governor Earl is appealing to his brother to help him with damage control. The press are not quite at a fever pitch, and any move Huey does could swing public opinion at the moment. Attend the funerals of the protesters, or help Earl cover it up. We lose stability this way, or we lose all of our political power and a huge chunk of national populism. So let's just attend the funerals. Norfolk. Let's do light attack. That negative 18% hurts. All controlled core states of the United States of America are now cores of the American Union States. Perfect. So we got more dockyards. I have 12 new radar. hangar space. Free military factories. Do the towed anti-tank, anti-air. It'll be important here later on. Got a bunch of M1903 Springfield basic equipment. I do need to make better planes. And I don't think anybody's going to buy this basic close air support thing. I just don't think it's going to happen. Let's see. Germany, I'll buy your trucks from you. Bunch of your towed anti-air. Your artillery. Just buy all of these rifles you got. You might be like, why are you doing that? You don't really need them. Well, if I take all of these rifles and I just start to turn them into my own, all 8,606 Mausers. That's going to be an expensive purchase, that's for sure. To the whole 15 factories on that. I would like for Ireland to like me enough to buy stuff off them, but they don't. Anti-tank upgrades. Let's do the anti-air upgrades. Put you on naval invasion support. And let's defend our citizens. That's a 25 days decision. We'll be done with Reconstruction here pretty soon. Some more civilian factories. I want some fuel silos up here. Some anesthetic refineries. Minnesota's got a lot of steel in it. My good old Tennessee has a lot of steel. Alright, we're buying that big group out of Germany. Let's begin Reconstruction. We can punish the corrupt and treacherous. Congress decided with us, condemning the companies that betrayed the American people. List of majority shareholders and trading companies have been seized, and the executive officers of the company exploited workers beyond the facade of the government now on trial. Or Congress finally won out against the executive branch and has decided not to bring charges against seditious companies. Executive officers were pressured to resign in order for the company to be relisted, however, but ultimately shareholders are deemed innocent of wrongdoing. That gains us base 10% stability. Let's reconcile. We won't kill off everybody. Someone asked if when the election happens in 1940, am I going to go with national populism or authoritarian Democrat? Not sure yet. I haven't really made up my mind. There's the new rifles. We can develop the tractor, high-speed 13-ton model 1939 A2 carrier personnel. And breakthrough in production cost. We'll just keep making Studebaker make them. Rifles, we're going to wait just for a few minutes. Reliability. One more day. I'm just waiting for this shipment from Germany to come in. Georgia joins the Reichspakt. Samoa. On a carrier mission. Oh yeah, so the we don't have any planes on the Massachusetts. Put a bunch of Corsairs on there. The Legation cities votes to void the mandate. The open door policy that kept peace and order between the ambitious Western nations and Japan and China has finally ended. With tensions in the world rising due to the events in Europe and Asia, the inevitability of conflict arriving on the Asian continent has led the Legation cities to join the Co-Prosperity Sphere faction. In a great break from the traditional non-alignment of the cities, this places the treaty's ports firmly in the Co-Prosperity Sphere of influence. The Legation mandate has ended with the nations of international alliance withdrawing their troops and ambassadors from Legation cities. Businesses scramble as the effective place the treaty's ports under the economic sphere of the Coast Prosperity Sphere. While this marks an end to an era, this may also lead to unforeseen consequences, as now all bets are off and Legation cities are open to foreign aggression, or perhaps even demands from the Chinese. So much for that. Now you have Vietnam under Bao Dai, Laos under their own government, Puerto Rico fell. Which there's better anti-tank. Take you all. And we'll put you all area defense in Hawaii. And of course my fleet. I want you all to go to Honolulu. You all train. You all train. And I'll probably have you all train and then repair as well. Germany's now sending 10,000 of the Mausers. They should keep those. Basic equipment. Then our artillery, it's reconciliation, do farm security administration. We're about done with the Reconstruction. Cannons 1. Production efficiency gain. Heavy machine guns. Then we'll start actually building the planes. Soft attack per production goes up. That's fine. Let me see. Go to the market, sell equipment. Black no more. The imagination and political opinion of Americans were peaked when Black no more, written by author George Schuler, appeared on the bookshelves. The book is a science fiction about a scientist who invents a machine that can turn a black man white. This invention turns society upside down and the challenges ideas on race and the one drop principle. The book continues with the revelation that all characters, both white and black, are mixed race, and the entire principle of racial supremacy collapses. While there were concerns that the book would be censored due to its veiled attack against both white supremacists and black leaders, it appears that President Huey Long enjoys the book, as long as it doesn't offend me. Political power +5. See if we can sell any of these. We've been trying to sell those A-17s for a while, but no one seemed to want them. No. I'm selling them to you, Japan. Let this build up. So we just get to keep Puerto Rico as a territory. Yeah, integration.